Mixed Feelings is a shameful program containing foul language, tasteless humor, and unpopular opinions that should be taken with a grain of salt. In other words, please calm down and don't take this show too seriously. These bitches really aren't that important, so getting all worked up over their stupid asses is probably a waste of time. This podcast is intended for mature audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
A couple of mixed up girls in a mixed up world, and if they weren't both nuts, they'd lose their minds. It's such a crazy ordeal having these mixed feelings.
What's up, you guys? Hey, it's me, Cassie, and Mandy, and welcome to Mixed Feelings Podcast. And we're getting better a little bit at whatever the fuck this is that we're doing with the video. I think it looks pretty good. We have like a nice little display that we're looking at on the wall. Green screen didn't catch on fire or anything this time. I mean,
that was my face of all.
So we'll go into some recent happenings right away. What's up, Mandy? How you been? What's going on? What you doing?
A lot, really. We had a tropical storm come through, not here, but in the Gulf, so that was all effed up on Memorial Day weekend. And I didn't do anything that weekend. And this weekend, I went to the beach, and I went to a birthday party on Saturday night, and we went to this place in St. Pete, and I saw a bar fight for the first time in a really long time.
Ooh, I love a good bar fight. Like,
I haven't seen one in forever, but you know what? We walked in, and I saw this dude, and he had crazy eyes. So I was kind of watching him, because it was a really busy place, and I was like, this guy's getting... Because this is literally what he looked like.
Oh, shit. You know what? If you ever walk in somewhere and somebody's doing that, they're either on drugs, killed somebody and have them in the trunk of their car,
well,
or they're planning to do both of those things.
He came in behind us, so he was in the line to, like, check IDs or whatever behind us, and I just kept, like, glancing at him because there was something weird about the way his face was. Like, he looked, like, cracked out a little bit. Like, he looked like he would be handsome if he wasn't, like, on a fucking shoestring fucking holding his life together.
Oh,
like, but so I don't know what started the fight, but all of a sudden I look over and these guys are like, come on, man, come on. And then, the bouncers get him, they throw him out front, and then they start, fighting like on the outside patio. Then they separate them. They keep one inside and kick one all the way out. And the one guy, I was like, watch, this guy's gonna fucking jump the fence, because there's like a small, like a 3 foot.
You called it?
Yeah, there was like a 3 foot fence separating like the patio area from the sidewalk, because that's like the alcohol boundary or whatever. And I'm like, he's gonna fucking jump that fence. If he wants to fight that bad, a 3.5 foot fence isn't gonna stop a grown man. That's just a little whoop, like I'm over. So yeah, he fucking jumped the fence, and then they started going at it.
You'd be surprised what kind of fence you can jump when the need calls for it.
Well, the security guards were pretty much like, we don't feel like it. Like, they did not. Yeah, if I was getting whooped down, I'd be like, what the fuck?
He probably didn't do anything that bad.
Well, they weren't fighting too good, so I feel like nobody got hurt that bad, because neither one of them were doing much of anything.
Oh, God.
They were like,
oh, well, this like...
That was how they were fighting. So
there ain't nothing worse than a bad fight.
Well, it was like the punches weren't even landing, so I don't know if they were that wasted or if they just sucked at fighting. I really don't know what was going on. I didn't get the backstory, but it wasn't a good fight at all. It was entertaining enough.
What did they fight over, do you know?
I don't know.
You didn't hear any bits of the
I
convo?
don't know, but there was a guy there who, I think he was friends with one of the fighters who was wearing...
One of the fighters. Like they were contenders.
The heavyweight champion of St. Pete. He was wearing... I didn't see what started the fight because I was looking at this guy, because it was a white guy with really long dreadlocks, and he had on a tie-dyed shirt that was like cut to here, like a V, and he had on puka shells, but he also... Okay, so the top...
So this guy actually kind of has everything that I have. I have long dreads, I have holes cut in my shirt, and I have the shells.
Did you cut that shirt up?
That's how it came.
No, it didn't.
It came cut up. I haven't done anything to this. I've worn it one time. This is the second time I ever wore it.
Okay, no, this guy,
You were
he
with me
couldn't
when I
figure
got
out what kind of black person he wanted to imitate, because the top half of him was like Rasta, everything's cool, man, but then the bottom half of him was cargo pants and Timberland boots.
Yeah, you gotta pick one.
So he was like, I don't know if I'm a New York dude or if I'm from the islands, man. Like, he's like, I don't fucking know.
He's
but
from
I'm
the
doing
island of New York, man.
Staten Island. Yeah, he was.
Fuck out of here. Man.
So I was locked in on him because I couldn't tell if he was cute or disgusting, which my friend said he was disgusting. So I'm going to take their word for it because I was kind of drunk. And then the fight broke out. So I was like over here and then I look over here and they're already fighting.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was my only fun story.
Where was this? What bar?
This place called Parks and Rec in St. Pete. It's all like, some other actually funny stuff happened that night, now that I think about it. There was this whole black group that had a blow-up doll, and they were like humping people with it, but the funniest part was this guy was at the bar, and this black lady came up to him with the blow-up doll, and she was making it hump him, and he was getting so mad, but he also didn't want to yell at the black lady. I could tell on his face. It was like,
You can't black ladies. Like, oh, why does that keep happening?
I don't know. Is it still recording?
It's still recording, but
I don't know. We're just gonna have to get the longer cable and not try to do the wireless.
we have the laptop set up to project onto Mandy's TV on the wall.
And it keeps losing the connection.
Because we instinctively want to look down at the laptop, and then we're looking down the whole time and not looking at the camera. So we're just gonna have to be on our best behavior.
All right. Well, we're doing everything we can.
All right, we're not fucking up.
So they have all these outdoor games. They have like shuffleboard and beer pong, but with like buckets, like the 5-gallon buckets and stuff. It's supposed to be like an outdoor, like, I don't know. Anyway, Parks and Rec is like the theme of the place. And there was this one, like the inside part of it, there was a dance room. And they were playing some pretty good old music in there, so we wanted to go in there. And there was this girl dancing so bad. Like, if I'm saying she's dancing bad, she's dancing really bad. Like, I dance better than her, and I can say that with confidence, so that's really bad.
Do you think I dance better than her?
I think anyone dances better than her.
I was going to say, because if I dance better than her, then that's really saying something.
I actually took a video on Snapchat, and it deleted. I wish I would have saved it. Because she was... Okay, so she was drunk, and she's like...
Oh... One of that.
But there's a black guy trying to grind behind her. But she, like, is, like, doing the fucking, like, robot, and he's behind her. And he kept trying to, like, bring her close, and she was like... Well, she wasn't even trying to get away, but she wasn't
She was just doing her fucking thing?
Yeah, that's what she was doing. It was so weird. I was like, I don't know what's happening here. This is, like, when the worlds collide, I feel like.
All right, so I'm going to tell you about a recent happening for me.
Okay.
I recently picked up a cleaning job, like a new one, with this guy. And I think I'm going to have to quit.
Why?
Like right away.
Why?
Immediately. Okay, so it's this older dude. One of the places that I clean for, there's a bunch of old people that live there. It's Florida. And this guy came up to me. He's like, hey, do you do residential services? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh, well, here's my number. Call me sometime because I really need my house cleaned. And I was like, all right, I'll stop by, give you a consult, whatever. I get there. He has the meanest biting ass dogs that I've ever seen in my life.
Little dogs?
No, they were boxers.
Oh.
So they were scary. And so I was like, ooh, that's not good.
Yeah, that's like really scary.
So he had to put him in. Here's the thing. He kept putting him from one room to the other as I was cleaning. And every time that he led him from one room to the other, they're like, like coming after me every 5 seconds. I was like, oh. And so I get to this bedroom. And he has like 3 bedrooms in the house. And it's only him that lives there. And it's set up like a woman lives there. And I asked him, I was like, what do you want me to do with some of these like facial products and stuff that are just kind of laying around? You want me to put them in the bathroom in here or the other bathroom? Or would you like them on the dresser? Because I'll tidy up. And he was like, those are my wife's. And I'm like, all right. And he was like, she died in February. He just has like her room together and all of her shit all over the place.
But people do that.
I know, and I felt bad. Like, this isn't why I have to leave. Like, I felt bad for that situation. I was like, oh, man, I'm sorry to hear about that. That sucks. And then for the remainder of my time there, he started playing, like, really sad Fleetwood Mac songs, like, jamming them out super loud, and went in his other room and cried really loud.
What?
While I was there cleaning.
What?
And I was like, this is uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean, I'm knocking him for having his emotions, but that's a really weird time and
No me gusta.
situation to express them.
I know, but it was one of those things, like, you know, when someone's in another room and they're saying things loud enough for other people to hear, like, on purpose.
Yeah.
He didn't have to do all that. He's like, Linda! Linda!
Stop!
And I'm like, God damn, it's hard to feel sorry for you cleaning this fucking toilet while you're crying about Linda and your dogs are trying to kill me. And I gotta clean up your dead wife's room and put all her stuff together like she's coming back to use it. This is like half-used face
But
moisturizer
people do that.
and stuff.
Like,
and I'm
when
like,
a
you should
kid-
probably throw this out. Like,
when a kid dies or goes missing or something, like the
Yeah.
parents won't touch the room.
and I get it. I mean, I'm a mom. I would freak out, and I don't know what I'd do. I probably wouldn't touch the room either. But
yeah, but it's weird for people who aren't in.
But
the
why
situation.
why bring someone over and ask them to clean that particular room?
I feel like he wanted like some human contact.
He knew that questions were going to have to be asked about where things needed to go because
Yeah.
literally things were just shook out all over the fucking place.
Keep talking.
Like he didn't even. You better come back here. Like he didn't even make any attempt to do anything. And the other thing is he had like. Oh, something weird just happened. I don't know. I hope it didn't record like that. Like the whole couch disappeared and came back. I don't know what's going on.
Well, you know when people work from home and they have on like a business suit from here up?
Yeah.
I'm kind of doing that. Not a business suit, obviously, but I'm wearing like these house shorts. And when I got up, I was trying to like creep away from the camera. Like, don't see my bottom half.
Okay, so anyways, back to crazy cleaning time. So this guy pays me really well. It was a weird, melancholy kind of cleaning trip, but it ended, and he's like, I'd like you to come back once a week. And I'm like, do you really need me to come back once a week? It's just you here. And he was like, yeah, sometimes I entertain, and
How often do people usually get their houses cleaned?
like once every 2 weeks. Like residential people that I see, or just like once every 2 weeks.
I don't know. I've never had a house cleaner, so I don't know when people do that.
If you have like a family and there's a lot of traffic, then yeah, every week. But it's just him. He's just him and his biting ass dogs. So I don't know
He's
what's
probably just
happening.
trying to pay for company at
But
this
here's
time.
the other thing.
And you're illegal and a prostitute isn't. He would be one of those people who would pay the prostitute to like just come and like
Just come
sit
hang out.
with him. Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, he's actually like, he's an old dude. He's like 60 something. But the pictures that he has up of him and his wife are real weird. Like, I don't know what kind of stuff this guy does for a living, because it's all these like lavish photos and they're all over the place, like wearing suits and dresses. She looked like she was 30, so I'm like, how did she die? Because she was really fucking young, like really young. She was obviously like
He
a
killed
trophy
her.
wife. I know, that's what I'm worried about. So now it's like a mystery, and I have to like kind of weasel information out of him, because I
Google
need to
his
know. I'm
name.
like, did she have some cancer, or did she get
What's his
mutilated?
name? Don't
and
say it on
is
here, but what's his name? We'll Google it.
I just know Doug. That's all I got.
Okay, if you go back there, you got to see a piece of mail.
I'm gonna have to. I feel like I need to know. Like, she might be in his walls. or
Don't
something.
say that.
What if I'm scrubbing the walls and her meats?
And a head comes
Ah,
out.
her meats are in there. Oh, Debbie meats. Her Linda meats, whatever her name was.
I don't know, but why would he keep a shrine to her if he killed her? I don't think he killed her.
I hope not. But she looked too
I mean,
young
the
to be
chance-
dying of natural causes. It had to be something crazy that happened.
But there's all kinds of crazy things. Cancer, car accident,
Yeah, I mean, it could have been something. Or he could have been.
aneurysm, anything really.
Or he could have been a killer. And I'm cleaning
Does he
the
look like a
killer's
killer?
house.
Does he have eyes that look like
Does he have shifty eyes?
Does he have fighting eyes?
I don't know. He just looks like a normal dude. He looks like one of those guys that was really nice looking when he was young, and then he got old and he was just like, faggot, give me beers.
You know, I saw...
And he kept making himself really fancy, elaborate drinks too, like cocktails with full garnishes and crazy shit in it. And I'm like, I'm just here to clean this house.
Yeah, what is he... Is it a house?
No, it's a mobile home,
Oh.
because it's a 55 and up place. But it's nice as fuck. I tell you what, like, you can't be shitting on mobile homes around here, because people...
No, you can shit on the all ages ones. The ones that are 55 and older, they keep those
Yeah.
fucking pristine.
Yeah, that's the place.
They're like triple wide trailers.
Yeah, this place is like nicer than any actual fucking real ass house that I've been in. It's got like this decked out kitchen and this island and all these.
Yeah, some of them are like crazy nice, but the ones that are in like
it's bigger than my house.
The ones that are all ages around here are so shitty and nasty. It's like crack central.
So yeah, and also, I told you about the Asian guy that I cleaned for, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if it's creepy or if it's a communication disconnect because it's an English as a second language kind of deal. But this guy's also like in his 50s and I cleaned for him. Maybe I need to stop cleaning for these guys. Maybe I need to be a little more...
Focus on families.
But I mean, when they come up and they're like, I pay your money, then I'm like... All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that, but...
Okay. But anyways, this Asian dude that I'm cleaning for, he's kind of like, I guess, richy rich or whatever, and he's usually not even there. It's a really nice condo. And usually he's not there at all when I clean. But the last time I went there, he had stayed home from work. And it wasn't a big deal. He wasn't in my way. He was actually very nice and had nice conversation with me and didn't really bother with me.
What's his name?
Sam. But that's probably not really his name. But that's what he told me his name.
Sounds like a nail technician's name.
I know that. Or when I used to work at a call center and I called for insurance all the time and had to call like Blue Cross that was outsourced or whatever. They'd always be like, "Hello, my name is Dumba, but you can call me."
Max.
No, they'll give like celebrity names. They'll say, "You can call me Will Smith." Or they'll say some weird shit. Like I've had him say, "My name is Toshiba," or "My name is Staple," and I'm like, what the fuck?
They're just saying
Beyonce,
English words.
Adele.
Don't use Beyonce. She'll sue the shit out of you.
Okay, so anyways, back to Weird Asian Dude. So I'm cleaning, and it was like a nice time. It wasn't anything weird. And then all of a sudden, he was like, "You look so strong." He was like, "You have a lot of meat on your arm, like strong meat." And I'm like,
Muscles?
Muscles? Yeah. I was like, oh, I've been cleaning, been mopping. And he was like, you get sweaty. You can take a shower if you want. And I was like,
no.
What?
No.
He was like, if you like, you can take a shower. And I'm like,
No.
I don't want it.
You can fucking dim your sum on out of here with that shit.
So I've had people offer me their showers. But then the thing is, like, afterwards, he paid me, but you know how much he tipped me? And he didn't even have to tip. I never ask for tips when I'm cleaning a place, because I'm just like, give me cash. $100.
$100 tip?
He gave me a check for $100. He said, here's some tips for you. And I was like, but you already paid me. And he was like, I pay you more. I was like, oh, all right.
And next time if you get in that shower, there'll be a little bit more.
I'm not gonna. I ain't gonna do it. You can't make me. But he can keep giving me $100 tips. I did clean the fuck out of the place. It looked nice.
So this will be a little bit of a surprise to me because I kind of forget what's on the outline. So
I know we tried to be organized this episode. We got an outline,
but then we did it like 4 days in advance and forgot.
I know. All
Oh,
right.
you're using it off your phone? I thought it was on the computer.
No,
I
I'm
was waiting
just
for you to
using it
pull
on
it
my
up.
phone.
I could pull it up too. I got sunburnt.
I know. Everybody in our entire family got sunburnt.
Yeah, we just went out and laid up.
Y'all went out.
What
having a
number
good
is this,
ass time at
69?
the beach. Yeah, 69. Episode 69. Yeah.
It's gonna be 4 hours and 20 minutes long. No, it's not.
I'm the most not getting actionist motherfucker ever.
Fuck this first.
I had to put it on there.
Okay, that'll be on Patreon.
All right, we got some sticky stuff to talk about on Patreon. So if you're not a patron, then be one. It's $3. And hear this horrible thing that Mandy will maybe talk about.
It's not even that horrible.
It's just so funny. It was the best ever. I don't think I've laughed that hard in a long time. All right. Sorry.
Okay,
No spoilers. All right. So for normal stuff. Oh, okay. So you guys, I've been looking into beauty stuff because I'm not good at being a girl, but I've been trying to be a little bit lately. And so, I mean, a lot of us get like back knee, or if you work out, like you can get pimples on your legs and butt, and they're not even really pimples that come on your butt, actually. And I don't get them like bad, but if I work out or if I like sweat at work a lot, then I'll get like one on my butt cheek and it's gross. But here's what I was reading, just stuff to get rid of them. And not that this is really a beauty tip, it's just something that I found really strange when I came across it. Did you know, actually I know you know because I told you, but did you know that if you have butt pimples or back pimples or leg pimples, it's not necessarily a pimple, it's an irritated hair follicle 9 times out of 10 that has some kind of bacterial infection, like just staph or whatever. Like you could wipe your finger on a bathroom wall and whatever is on there is probably what's in your back or butt cheeks or whatever.
Gross!
I know, that was this article I was reading. It was really nasty, but usually it's staph. One way to get rid of it / prevent it is to take Neosporin. And like I said, this works for, if you get back knee, try this.
Okay, after you told me about this, I thought about it and I have questions. So tell the people.
So what the theory is that at night you're breathing in just everything, and staph is one of those bacteria that's just present. It's just floating around everywhere. It's easy to come by. So one way to prevent back knee and butt pimples and to also get rid of them is to take Neosporin and put it inside your nostrils before you go to bed at night. And that way anything that you're breathing in while you sleep, it's getting killed in your nose. And it's almost like your body is the article that I read, this is how it explained it. And I don't know how true it is. It's just, this is internet science. And it worked. But the idea is your body's immune system is working real hard while you're sleeping, trying to fight off dumbass little mini staph infections in your nose. So things that are elsewhere in you start growing more rapidly. And if you already have an irritated hair follicle, breathing in staph, it'll quickly go to irritated areas.
So people who nap a lot probably have more back knee and butt knee.
Probably.
Okay,
I don't know how real any of this is. I'm just going off of stoner internet science. Like I was reading this stuff, I was like, whoa.
You said that to me and I was kind of like, okay, that's crazy. But then the more I thought about it, I was like, wait a minute. Aren't you contributing to the fucking antibiotic resistant bacteria? Because Neosporin is triple antibiotic cream.
In a way, yeah. I guess, yeah. Technically. Because over time, the staph that you're breathing in,
take medicine.
the staph you're breathing in is going to get resistant to the Neosporin, so you'll need something stronger to prevent or stop it. So yeah, it is kind of not good.
I'm becoming like a crazy person. I hate taking medicine.
I don't like it either.
I can't tell you the last time I took I honestly don't remember.
I take Advil and
I don't even take that stuff anymore.
Not regularly. If I need it, I'll take it, but
I used to keep it in my purse because I was always popping a couple a day. Not a day, but a couple times a week I was taking Tylenol. And then I was like, what am I doing? This is just a minor annoyance. I don't need to be because I realized that I graduated to the Tylenol 500 extra fast release. And I was like, this is the fucking
there was a time
liquid heroin of the over-the-counter.
There was a time that I was really hooked on the Excedrin caffeine migraine pills.
Yeah, I used to keep those in my purse too when I used to get migraines all the time. And they still didn't even work, but I would take them anyway.
I know about that shit too. Okay. I'm going to lay some science on you. Do you know why you get caffeine headaches? If you're the type of person that drinks caffeine a whole lot and then you go...
It's not withdrawal?
A day or two without having it? Not necessarily.
Oh, that's what I always assumed it was.
What happens is caffeine naturally stimulates the production of cerebrospinal fluid, which is the juice that's inside of your sac that's around your spine and your brain.
Your body juice?
Yeah, your body juice, man. But anyways, caffeine stimulates the production of that. So that's not a bad thing. But when your body becomes dependent on caffeine as the signal for producing it, then whenever you stop, then your brain isn't getting the signal that it needs to keep making CSF. So it makes less of it. So your shit's touching your brain and stuff, and there's not as much cushion around it. So it just makes for headaches. And the reason I know this is because when I got really sick one time, I got meningitis, and they gave me a spinal tap. And when they did, it didn't heal properly, and all my CSF was leaking out of my back. It was horrible, and I had to have a blood patch. And every time I sat up, I could feel it. It felt like my juices draining.
Ew.
And I could feel all my bones touching each other in my neck, and I'd just be like, and just like fall over crippled. And I was fucked up for like 2 weeks. It was like a whole big deal. It was really bad. And so they told...
I thought spinal meningitis killed you.
It can. There's viral and bacterial.
What the fuck's wrong with you?
Plenty
You
of
should
things.
have died.
I ain't dead yet, motherfuckers. Fucking
You're like
here.
the zombie patchback thing that you're like, I ain't going nowhere.
But here's the thing: when they give you a blood patch, it's
What's
like
a blood patch?
they take your own blood. Like they give you an IV, but they just let it like shoot out into an open syringe, like a large one, because they need it to coagulate, and then they shoot it into the spot, and it makes like a blood clot, so that you're
it makes a scab on the inside.
yeah. So it's like really fucking intense.
So you had a 3-inch by 3-inch back scab.
Yes. It was really bad. I almost died. That whole time in my life was awful.
Scabby patty.
But anyways, when I went to the doctor about all that shit when it was going on, they put me on caffeine as a medication. And while I was in the hospital when it happened, they had me on an IV drip of caffeine, which first of all is exactly what it sounds like it is. Like if you're sick and you're on an IV drip of caffeine, you're in bed like this, like just losing your fucking mind. And it's horrible. But they told me, they were like, well, this is so that your body will create more CSF because it's leaking out. And I was like, what? And then he proceeded to explain all those things to me that I just said. So if you are drinking caffeine a lot and you start getting headaches, that's why. And the best way to get rid of the headache is to drink
Get a blood patch.
Yeah. No, he told me drink a shit ton of water, like a whole lot, just as much as you can stand. I mean, not like gallons to where it's dangerous or anything, but just drink a lot of water and just let yourself like get over it. Because if you keep drinking, I mean, yes, the caffeine will actually immediately stop the headache because your body will immediately start producing more CSF, but you're feeding the dependency at that point. You know what I mean? You're just setting yourself up for another headache tomorrow if you don't drink a Red Bull.
Okay, now riddle me this. Do you remember that bitch who drowned herself from that radio contest
Yeah.
from drinking too much water?
I do remember that.
Think about being the first bitch who dies from the inside out. Like of water. What?
I ain't feeling so good, but I'm gonna win this
Yeah,
test.
I think they were giving away like a Prius or something.
I don't know that I'd die for a Prius.
Well, she wasn't
especially
trying to
not,
die.
like-
She was just trying to pee a lot.
Especially not death by water. That's intense. I hate drinking water. That's the worst part about dieting for me is water.
I love
would
water
rather-
as long as it's ice cold. I hate drinking room temperature water. Like, that feels like punishment. But
You know
ice
what?
cold water, I'm like, this is doing
I
it.
have no idea how I'm alive at all because not a single day in my childhood did I
I
drink
never
water.
drank water
Never.
until I was like
Not
13
once.
years old.
I was
and I
older
went to
than
my
that.
friend's house and they were drinking water. I was like, y'all drink that for fun? Like, I was like, that's what we do when like my mom hasn't gone to the store in a couple days.
Yeah,
Like,
or when we're locked outside playing and we
Yeah.
gotta drink it out of the hose.
I hated water.
I
I,
hate
was
water.
like, this is for poor
I
people.
didn't drink. Water's for poverty, motherfucker.
Yeah, because I'm like, Coke is expensive. I see it at the grocery store.
I can afford Coke. So
I thought I was doing something.
I didn't, like, literally, I don't think I drank water in any serious capacity the entire time I was pregnant with Stevie, because I was a teenager.
But
so
I
was
don't
like,
know if
"Fuck
that was
water."
just our family or if it was the 90s. Because
know.
I don't know. I feel like
Did y'all drink water as children?
I feel like it wasn't like I feel like nobody was healthy those days. Some people, like, there's always been thin people and stuff, but I feel like people were doing horrible things to their body and just like bathing in Diet Coke. And,
And I'm like such a horrible, I'm a good mom, but I'm not a good mom about drinking water, because Stevie, I'll be like, you should drink some water, and she'll be like, you should drink some water. I'm like, no, and she's like, no, and I'm like, I guess we ain't drinking no fucking water.
I drink water all the time.
I do now, kind of, but I get so sick of it. I get so mad at water. Like, water makes me angry to drink it. Like, I'll have
you're
it.
thinking about being poor again.
I know. I'm like, this
You're having
fucking
flashbacks
bullshit.
of childhood. Like,
No, I hate it. I fucking hate drinking water. I feel like I want to put this up on the boxes again.
well, no, not now. You should have done that before. It's
No, it wasn't broken before.
What?
It wasn't broken before.
Okay.
All right, you guys. I'll talk about something while Mandy does this thing. Oh, I know another. Hold on, let me look at the outline. Are you gonna stack it on the Jenga? Don't do that.
It's like Jenga. Why? This is the tallest thing.
Because that's a cylinder, and you're putting a laptop on a Jenga cylinder.
I'm sorry. Let's get these boxes. I'll help a little.
So the other day, you and I went shopping.
Are you really gonna try to talk through this?
No, oh, I'm gonna try. Because again, it goes with the whole weird, like, beauty thing that I was trying to have a sequence about. I don't know how to shop, like, at all. I'm the worst fucking shopper on the planet. And I could, like, sense all of your frustration as I was shopping. And you're like,
Me?
yeah. You were like, aren't you gonna try that on? And I'm like, nope. You're standing on that cord. No, stop. What? Nothing. Okay, we did it. Now we're not looking down anymore. Or off to the corner or wherever the fuck we were looking.
Okay.
We have the laptop stacked up on like 12 board games. That's how professional
Cooks.
we are.
Water's for poor people.
I know. Fuck water. Water is for poor people. I hate it.
Oh my
That's the name of this episode now. Water's for poor people.
I really did think that as a kid. I was so dumb.
I was just as bad.
I
didn't like it
remember
either.
thinking, no, that has nothing to do with it.
Okay, so anyways, back to being a girl. You try everything on when you shop?
Yeah.
Like everything?
Well, it depends
Did
on...
that work? Let me see that.
No. It depends on if it's an outfit that I need for a special event. If it's just general clothes that I'm buying that I like, and I don't feel like trying them on, I won't try them on. But if it's like a dress, mostly, I don't know. Mostly dresses and bottoms I have to try on because I don't wear the same size in every store.
I guess. I just want to leave. Like, I don't want to be there. I hate shopping.
I want to leave too, but I don't want to come back. So I'd rather spend the time there than get it home and have to return it. I hate returning stuff.
I mean, I get it.
I would rather spend the time there initially. I like that more than returning stuff. I fucking hate returning everything.
Like, I just got shit and I was like, medium, that looks good. Here we go. And you're like, try it on. I was like, nah.
No, dude, because I told you about all the shit that my ex-husband used to make me return.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like traumatized. I hate returning stuff. I always feel like a scammer. I always feel scandalous. And like I feel like they don't believe me. And I'm like, this is a legit return, Betsy.
I have something really scandalous to talk about, and I'll do it on Patreon. If you're going to talk about your thing, I'll talk about something.
I don't know if I'm talking about that.
Is that okay?
Because
We'll see.
I don't know.
You should. It was great. So while we were at the store, the weirdest shit ever happened. First of all,
That was a weird day. I feel
it was
like.
a weird day. I was high as a goddamn kite when I got there. What did we do before that? We met up there. I think I had just got done. No, that was the day that I went to go to work, and the motherfuckers didn't wash their sheets, so they asked me to come back another day.
That was Sunday, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. So we were like,
Or was it Monday?
well, fuck, we ain't got nothing to do now. Let's get high and go to Target. Yeah. And so we did, and it was a fun time, sort of. I bought some clothes, you bought a couple things, and then we're pushing the cart. You got something, but I don't know what it was.
Okay, sorry.
You were there for a specific thing.
Oh, I bought stuff at Target. I didn't buy anything at the mall. That doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Anyway.
So anyway, we're pushing the cart. We're just minding our bees, just having a nice little conversation. We actually had separate carts because we got there at 2 different times. And we get to this point where this lady has like this huge cart full of just all kinds of shit. And we had like the aisle is narrowed. So we had to single file go through this little area. So Mandy goes first. And I start to go.
We had the right of way.
Yeah. And right beside us, and like back to the left.
Yeah, he was third in line
If
at
we
best.
if we were in like automobile lanes, he would have been in my blind spot. Like that's where he was. And so he's like this Indian dude and his wife, and all of a sudden he's like, yeah, and tries to like
He almost
cut in
nipped
front
me
of
in the heel, trying to cut in between the two of us.
And so I didn't stop. I looked at him and I said, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Like
Target.
really loud. I was
Oh.
like, I feel like if I had a horn on my card, I would have beeped it and been like, motherfucker, what are you doing? I was like, what?
And he didn't say anything
He
because he
didn't.
was thinking, this American bitch thinks she could talk to me.
I know. I'm not trying to be like racist or weird or anything, but Indian dudes down here in Florida, the ones that are like straight up from India, they fucking have no respect for women at all. Like to the point
And
that
they're wearing
it's like,
those fucking gay ass sandals with their toes out.
I know they're not long toenails.
I know, and their
they
toes
never
are
cut
like,
them.
Their toenails are
They
like yellow
never
and
cut
brown,
'em.
and I'm like, why? If your toes look like that, they make
Those are homeless toes.
so many options of closed-toed shoes. Closed-toed shoes. Why would you pick the ones that put those motherfuckers front and center?
Oh, it's not good.
Know your weaknesses.
Yeah, so,
Okay.
so I cussed at an Indian man and his family.
And that was
for
before we
trying to-
even made it to the mall. That was at Target.
What did we do at the mall? I got a dress. I got a cute dress, and I didn't try that on either.
We went into that crazy store that had everything for like. It was like when you're a
What are you
hoe,
talking
but
about?
you're a young hoe.
Oh yeah, the Young Ho shop. What
Yeah.
was that place?
It was like
Essex?
El Cha-Cha or some shit.
That's where all the hot Puerto Rican mamas get their dresses, I think.
Everything is 97% spandex,
Mm-hmm.
so everyone thinks they wear a size small, but they don't.
We tried on pantsuits.
That was not at that Mexican
Oh, that was
store.
a different place.
That was it. You know what? Those pantsuits fucking went on sale, and I almost bought it online.
We looked like we were straight up from the 70s in those. The one that I had anyways, it
I
was
know,
like
I could,
stripy. That's what I felt like. Fucking yeah. It was really nice in the butt. I liked it.
Yeah. And I hate when people are
I
like,
would have zero occasion to ever wear that pantsuit anywhere unless I was going to like a Partridge Family fucking reunion or some shit.
I hate when people are like, rompers and jumpsuits are cute,
I
but
needed an afro
wait till
with
you
it.
have to pee. Okay, bitch, I'm a grown-up. I can go to the bathroom more than with 7 seconds to spare like a child and pee my pants. Like, I
know.
can do this. Yeah, I can handle this. It's not that big of a deal. People always say that, though.
Oh.
It's like their thing to say. And you know what else I didn't know? I don't know if this is TMI or not. I don't feel like it's that risque. But I didn't know that people were still wearing full back underwear.
I wear them.
I didn't know that it was like a thing.
If I wear underwear, which I usually, and I guess this is TMI, but I don't like wearing them. And when I do, it's like if I'm wearing a dress or something that you might see my butt. So then I have full back underwear.
Listen,
on.
I've been fucking up because I've been letting this thing like because I didn't know that people were still wearing fullies. I had no idea, and it came up. And I was with these two friends of mine, and they both looked at me, and they were like, are you kidding right now? They, like, attacked me. They were like, no, the only underwear that you can ever wear again in your life is the Hanes, like, Sure Fit or something. They're, like, no ride-up technology.
Oh, that's what you went to Target
or some
for.
shit. Yes, that's what I was
right.
at Target for, because I was like, I'm going to see if I can change my life.
How'd you like them?
Like, I'm going to get right. I did like them, and they didn't ride up. I think I should have gotten the next size up because I didn't know. Because I can wear a smaller size in the thong because the biggest thing is out in the open.
Yeah.
I'm like, the front bit and the crack is nothing. I can, like, so I wasn't sure I wasn't sure. But I was just blown away because there's so many things that you don't talk to people about. So whatever you're doing is what you think is normal. And then if you say, and you're like, oh, I didn't know people were doing that. Tell me more.
Yeah,
like, what?
Underwear tech is advanced.
Yeah, I started wearing
this day
thongs
and
in
age.
like high school, and I never have had anything else.
I mean, I did too for a long time. I like them because they don't leave lines or anything if you're wearing pants. So
If you have a big old butt, it's hard anyway because they like give you a wedgie.
Yeah, they always ride up.
So that's why I hated them.
But I
And then
guess I like them because I get the ones that don't ride up.
well, I didn't know they had those, and that's why I'm telling you that this is like a fucking find of the century.
I feel like underwear is for sleeping and dresses, and that's about it. Sleeping dresses and blue jeans.
Well, I wear jeans a lot, so that's why I always.
But I
wear
feel
them.
like thongs are appropriate blue jean underwear.
Yeah.
There's just certain things you do.
But you know what someone said, and I wonder
And
what
then
guys
anything else
think
is
about.
it's nothing. Because then it's like it's better for like your pubes and stuff if you get waxed and
I'm curious as to what guys really think about women's underwear because I feel like so many things that women do are like for other women and not for men.
yeah.
So I never know, like, what men really like and what they don't, because I feel like whenever I see a woman and I see something that I really like about her look, I feel like men don't gravitate towards the same thing women do. You know what I mean? Like, the haircuts that are in style and stuff like that. I feel like men could care less. They're like, all these bitches are shaving up their fucking heads and shit. But women are like, oh my god, side cuts are so cute. But, like...
I don't know. Honestly, I'm kind of sick of everybody looking exactly the same right now. Did we have this conversation the other day when we were high and driving around?
No, I think we've talked about it on here before, that just everybody, like, looks so generic,
like with the lip
and everyone looks
fillers
the same.
and the same exact eyebrows. I mean, I don't think I do anything weird with mine. They're just like my eyebrows.
And everyone, like, does their makeup on their face so everyone has, like, the same shape of face now.
Look.
They have, like, long heads, but they're, like, super sculpted.
I know.
And a big
And no one's lips are really like this, but they get them filled up. And I mean, I guess it's
And when
cute,
you get too much filler in, your lips don't close all the way, so they're always like, oh my god.
I'm so happy.
I'm a basketball player.
And I mean, it's attractive. Guys apparently like it. But
do guys
here's what
like
I think this is. There was a point in time where girls had to make a decision, and it was either you play with Barbie dolls or you play with Bratz dolls. And all these bitches look like Bratz dolls. And I think that it fucked everyone up.
You're not wrong. But do guys even like it, or they put up with it because the women who have, like, the hot bodies also have that face?
I don't know.
Is it just, like, something they're willing to deal with, or is it something they actively would seek out if there was other options that had the other things that they like too?
I don't know.
Because I feel like the people with the waists that are this big, the huge fake tits, the way long hair extensions that are, like, draping the ground.
I mean, I have extensions.
I'm not saying you can't mix and match, but when you have the whole package, like, you know what I mean?
Where you're just that carbon copy.
Yeah, it's like if there's...
I don't think any of these things that they do individually are bad. It's just
like
that's
exactly
set.
what I was going to say, is that everyone has a thing or two that if they could, they would change. But it's like, when you want to change literally every single thing about you except your fingerprint, that's like an internal issue, and that's not something that you should just take out with a surgeon's scalpel. Like, and then everybody has this same stupid look. And this kind of plastic surgery that's been, like, so intense on every part of your body isn't even that old, so we don't even know what these people are going to look like when they're senior citizens.
Or what's going to happen, like, in a few years to that material that's inside of you that they swear is okay, but...
Most of the people who have breast implants get them, like, right out of high school. Most people don't do it later in life. They do it, like, the second they can.
I mean, that might be the only plastic surgery that I personally would be down to have.
But, like, people get boob jobs for graduation presents now. Like, that's kind of a common thing. For a high school graduation present, they will get breast implants because it's like $5,000. Yeah, no, I'm not kidding. And then they, like, go away to college and start a new life like they never were flat-chested.
That fucks me up.
It's a thing.
Man.
It's a total thing.
As a parent, why are you saying here's some tits? Go off to college. Go get fucked. If your parents got money and they don't give a fuck, I guess.
Not even that, girl. It's not even that. That's like probably the first loan they'll ever have in their life. You can finance plastic surgery, but what do they do if you don't pay?
I don't.
They're not gonna come take them back.
They come in the night and pop them. With a screwdriver.
They cover you in something that dissolves it on the inside, so you wake up and you're just like a puddle.
Ow.
What?
I hurt my back.
Your fucking blood patch?
No. My tattoo. I got this huge ass tattoo and I passed straight out.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. I'll put a picture up. Ding. Wait, you didn't move. Here.
What?
I said I'll put a picture up of my tattoo. Ding. Yeah, I'm working on this big ass back piece and it really hurts. So I sat for 8 hours, and when that 8 hours was up, it was only up because I was fucking out. Like, I passed straight out. That whole thing was really intense and it hurt like shit. But I muscled through it. And halfway through it, the guy's like, hey, do you want some numbing spray? And I was like, why didn't you tell me about this
numbing spray?
You had it this whole
time.
I
feel like you're not allowed to have numbing spray.
It's cheating for sure.
I'm like, I don't know. I feel like People are such pussies. Like, if you want a tattoo that involves pain, like, that's the thing of it. Like,
I mean, I can certainly get a tattoo without it, but it made it a lot easier.
oh, you got it?
after.
You fucking puss.
Yeah, like halfway through, after 4 fucking hours of dying. And it doesn't even numb it all the way. It's just for, like, a little while. But, I mean, it was nice at that point to have a little bit of relief because my back felt like hamburger meat. It was awful.
Can't try to attack me on camera.
I saw it.
What were we gonna say?
I don't know. We have all kinds of things on our outline. We got it together this time. Oh, so you and I both experienced an issue. Wait. Where is it? Do you have the same thing as me?
I don't know.
What are you looking at? Are you even on the episode 69 outline? Oh, you're at the bottom. So me and Mandy both for a while were
What?
Look what I have my thing on.
Oh.
God damn, I'm so sick of it. What? What are you looking at? So me and Mandy for a while, we were both going to the same lady that for, I think, a year ago in the show we referred to her as Dr. Pussy Laser. Right?
Yeah.
So we were getting lasered, getting the pubes burnt off. And it worked. It was really nice. It was a cool glide technique laser. Where it looks,
I should have known when it was on Dr. Oz. But continue.
so that's where it debuted at, is on Dr. Oz. And that's where I looked at it and saw it and I was like, oh
And
shit.
I think Good Morning America with Joy Behar. Or whatever
Yeah,
the
so
fuck.
it was like this new laser technique where it's not like like zapping your skin and burning it. It's what's on there?
Hair.
Oh, it's like the laser targets the pigment of your hair underneath of your skin, so it supposedly so it like it zaps the follicle itself directly under the skin without actually burning your skin.
Yeah, and the process is weird.
Yeah, it's like getting an ultrasound almost.
Well, no, I
All
mean
over
after, because
Yeah, it's
you're
super
supposed
weird.
to shave the area the day before. Then she goes over it, and then you don't think anything happened because it grows out. You give it like a week and a half, and
Except
it's just
really
growing
slow.
out like normal.
Well, no, it grows really slow. Did yours grow out really slow?
No.
Oh, mine did. Mine would take like a week before it even like poked back to the surface again.
Oh no.
So it'll grow, but then it just falls out. Like you got
Yeah, it'll just fall out.
So then
You got little Bob Rosses everywhere.
it's weird and kind of gross. But eventually, you go through enough sessions, and the thing is, like, that she would tell us is your hair follicles go through cycles, you get new follicles, blah, blah, blah. So these follicles are now inactive, but more are going to pop up, and you'll have to kill those, and then it takes about a year.
Yeah, she said anywhere from 6 to 12 treatments depending on how dark your hair is and all that kind of stuff. So it varies, but that's like the average range.
So I went for, I think, 7 months. 6 or 7 months is exactly how long I went. And I went like faithfully every 6 weeks to get a treatment. And it seemed like it was working, and it got to the point where, I thought it had done its duty, so I didn't book another appointment. I didn't grow anything, so what's the point? Like 2 months later, or maybe a month and a half later or something, it just all started growing back, and I was like, what the fuck is this shit? I feel like I got
Well, yeah, and you
ripped off.
told me, and I was like, mine's still fine, because I was still getting treatments. I'm like, I don't know what happened to you, but mine's still right on track.
Yeah,
and
so-
then the same thing happened to me, and
I
I
was like, I told you. I told you Dr.
yeah,
Pussy
it's
Laser
like,
was
well,
scamming.
I gotta admit, it was the best 3 months of my life, but then
Yeah.
it was like, party's over.
I know. So I'm disappointed, and that's my official review on the Cool Glide laser technique, is that shit works for a little while.
Like and subscribe below.
Yeah, it works until it don't no more, which is immediately afterwards.
Yeah, fuck that. It was...
So now I'm back to waxing. Wax life, I guess. Have you gone back yet?
Well, no. Because I made an appointment.
I was going to say, you said you had an appointment the other day.
Yeah. Well, I had another kind of appointment before I could make it to that one. So I had to get the old hedge clippers out.
Dick appointment.
Yeah. And I wasn't trying to go in Beauty and the Beast style, so I was like...
That always fucks it up when you're...
Okay, listen, you know what's fucked up? This is kind of weird, but... I feel like we're in a really weird time where so many adults are single. Yeah. Like, I feel like this isn't normal. I feel like there's an abnormal amount of,
This isn't the way it's supposed to be,
well, I
guys.
feel like over 30...
The balance is fucked up.
I would say 28 and over crowd of single adults. Because most people are, like, kind of paired off by then. Not everyone, but a majority of people.
Yeah.
By 28, I would say a lot of people are, if they're not married, but if they've been in, like, serious relationships and stuff. So, I don't know, like, what the fucking deal is, but...
Oh, my cheeks are sunburned.
What?
I don't know. Single people.
They're
sad. In abundance.
Wait, fuck. Did you just forget me?
Did I forget you?
Well, no, you made me forget what I was going to say. Oh, okay, so I had a weird situation. This is what I was talking about. So I don't know how to deal with things, and I feel like people don't know how to deal with things because this is all weird and new. So I don't know how long people think that you're just going to be sick. You know how there's that one person who, like, 6 months could go by, whatever, and they'll get drunk and, like, try to text you or whatever.
Yeah.
How long do these people think you're going to stay single for? You know what I mean? I feel like they think that I'm, like, a lifer now, too. And that at any given time...
Single for life.
Yeah, at any given time, I should be, like, completely unattached from anyone and just at their disposal if they feel like it. And I'm like, I have a life, too, bitch. I'm not sitting around waiting for you every 6 months.
I know, right?
Yeah. So, anyway.
I got a couple of them, too.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like everyone has at least one or two people that they've, like, you guys have just always been single at the same time, and it was, like, a guaranteed fun time, whatever.
Yeah, just a hookup.
So, I have one of those guys that I haven't seen in a while, and he texted me out of nowhere, and I was like, listen, I went on a couple of dates with this guy, and, like, I think I like him, so I'm not taking appointments right now.
I'm booked up.
Because that was always our joke, is we called it an appointment, like a dick appointment. So he was like, when can I make an appointment? And I was like, actually, I'm not taking appointments right now because I met this guy and he seems nice. And I'm not trying to do that. You know, if it doesn't work out, I'll hit you up, maybe. If I can. But so I said that to him and he was like, oh, okay. Well, if it's not official yet, you could still, like, you still wouldn't be doing anything bad. And I was like, wait a minute. Like, I hate when people try to talk you into shit.
I know.
Like, I'm not trying to be all fucking hashtag fucking vaginas up, me too. I'm not going there, but I'm just saying that it is a real thing, and it's so weird. And, like, even if it's not aggressive, like, this guy's harmless. I know he's not gonna, like, do anything. He just wants to get his dick wet, and I'm not having it, so I'm just, like, brushing it off. But, like, some people get over the top with it, and it just if I'm saying, no, I'm not into that, straight up, let's not talk about that, and you keep talking about it, it's like, it's weird. It makes me think of them differently. I'm like, okay, now you're creepy. Like, now you're, like, if I was single again, I don't feel like I'm gonna call you.
Yeah.
Because I just...
No, I know what you mean. I don't like that either, because then it puts you in an awkward situation, because then you're on the other end of a conversation that you didn't even want to have in the first place.
Well, okay, and this is the thing, is that if you're into someone and they do certain things that could be seen as aggressive, it's hot, but someone you're not attracted to, it's not. So there is a fine line. So I always, like, the first time I tread lightly and I'm like, listen, I didn't like that, what you did. But I don't, like, hold it again. Yeah. You know what I mean? As long as it's not, like, crazy. You know what I mean? I can forgive and forget at one time. But if you keep doing it now, I'm like, okay, now you're not listening to me, and that's really weird. I feel like there's nothing worse than speaking and feeling like you're not being heard.
Yeah. Like,
someone's not even trying to understand what you're saying to them, and I'm just like, oh my god, you don't even care what I'm saying right now at all. At all. And it's not just about sex, but just about anything in general. I feel like...
Those people are failed lawyers.
I feel like that's the most degrading feeling in the world.
In the world of conversation.
There's a lot of things that make people feel bad, but I think that has to be the top, universal. Like...
Yeah. I don't like it either.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's just weird. So then, the end of the story is that it ended in, like, dick pics and stuff, and I was just like, okay, this is where men and women differ, maybe. I don't know. Maybe there's some women out here who would do this, but if someone has just, like, been like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
On your most prized possession.
Are you sure?
Yeah. On your literal most prized possession that you own. If the government took everything you owned away, you would still have this. And you still are like, you sure you don't want to see this? Like, no, I didn't. And now it's weird because now I'm like, put that away.
I know.
Like, don't.
That's when you gotta be mom pants on and be like, young man.
Yeah, I'm like,
quit sending me pictures.
But I mean, maybe there's women out there who are sending like a revenge vagina photo. I don't know.
You wish you had this.
I don't know, but I feel like vagina's never photograph well. I don't know. I feel like.
How many times have you tried?
Well, I mean, when I see them,
what kind
like,
of angles and
like
lighting
a
are
still
you
shot. I'm not talking about like a porno, like a movie.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like a still shot of
Well,
it.
yeah.
Like, I don't know, because a dick can just be like.
I don't know. I feel like a lot's involved in dick pics because you got to do things to make it scale up and not look.
You have to be your own fluffer. I do know that.
Yeah. Fluffing. What a horrible thing. What a horrible job to have.
Who
Or
are
maybe
the
not.
fluffers? Are those the
Or
failed
maybe
ones,
not.
or they choose
Maybe.
to do that?
I don't know. What if that's like your punishment if you like
Or
fuck
is it
up?
like you have to start like if you want to be a mechanic, like they'll start you with oil changes and tire rotations, and then they like keep moving you up the ladder? Is that where you start, or is that where you die?
I don't know.
What is it? Where is it in the food chain of pornography?
I don't know. I'm not sure. What is their pay? They get paid good? Do they
I
get
don't
benefits?
honestly. And this is just in my head. I don't know if it's real or not. I feel like they don't even pay them, but they tell them they can help themselves to anything at the snack bar that the shoot provides.
You can have some cheese.
Yeah, like I feel like that's how they
We're
get
gonna
paid.
order
They're
a
like,
pizza
feel
later,
free to
too.
take extra bottles of water or whatever on your way out. Like
They're
the
stealing all the
fluffer.
supplies. They're taking all the toilet paper home.
They're
to
the
their family.
fluffer. I don't know.
How
How much could they afford to pay for that? Because porn's free now. Where are they even getting the money from? I feel like porn is like Bitcoin. People just keep saying that the money's real, but it's not.
Oh no. Maybe. I don't know. I've never been in the porn industry or known
I
anyone
feel like
in
there's
it.
a stand-up bit in this.
I'm proud of you. All right. What was this other thing? We talked about all kinds of nasty shit just now. Oh, yeah. So we've both been on a 90s music kick lately.
Okay, yeah, so I got a new TV that is like internet ready or whatever the fuck. So I had Pandora on my TV because I still am so old school. I have my little phone and my little Bluetooth speaker that
I
I
have it
take to
too,
the beach
though.
with me, and I like carry it from room to room in my house.
Mine has a name. You know what it is? Jams to go.
Oh, you do call them jams to go, and I do like that. But, like, I got mad at buying a big docking station because I bought a really nice iHome one, and it was, like, $200. It was, like, maybe $150. And I was like, this is my treat to myself. Like, I'm buying this. And then Apple fucking changed the dock thing, so I can't even use it anymore. So now I'm like, I'm not spending a lot of money on that shit because they keep changing technology. And I was like, if I can get a good sound. So I have that little baby JBL box, and that thing can kick it out. So I've been listening to that shit. I put it on. I said, you know what? Color me bad. Put that shit on. I said, Cassie, come over. I got something for you.
Yeah.
You heard it. You were into it. I texted my friend Angie. I was like, Angie, I got something for you. Color me bad. And she texted me 2 days later. Girl, that Color Me Bad. They play all the fucking jams on that station.
You know what I don't get about that song? It says, we can do it till we both wake up. But
So-
what's really happening there?
Listen, this is not going to be the nasty episode. I almost just said something. I was like, no, we're not getting that personal. But for real, you never fallen asleep with a man?
With a man?
I mean, what? That's never happened.
I mean, afterwards, but not like in the middle.
But isn't it still kind of doing it if you don't detach?
If you never undocked.
I'm like breaking glow sticks.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, okay, so besides that.
That reminds me of some weird shit from that Avatar movie or something where they put their tails together.
Oh, let's play Florida or Nah.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Or do you want to talk about recent events in the news? Okay, so recent events in the news. Obviously by now. Like,
Wait, we started the 90s story and then didn't even finish it.
Oh, we're not done with it.
No. You were like, let's talk about some other shit.
I thought we were over it. Okay.
No. So,
Sorry.
you're not following the outline at all.
I thought this was a suggestion list. I'm just...
We're
Okay,
trying
I'm
to
sorry,
do
I'm
a
sorry,
good
I'm
job
sorry.
and you're not
This
at
is
all.
fine.
I know.
You made my eyes go crazy. Listen, I'm gonna fight someone at the bar next time. Okay.
Okay. So anyways, I have a theory that 90s music that you listened to like as a kid
determine what kind of boyfriend or girlfriend you were gonna be when you got older. Our eyes are red as fuck. Look at your eyes. Look at them. You can't see them because you got the glasses on in the camera. But
Look, my glasses. Look, it gets a cookie on it.
oh, from the green screen.
Yeah.
What's it reflecting that's green? We're high as a kite. We can't talk about shit. So, okay. Anyway, for example, if you were the type of guy or gal that liked to listen to R. Kelly download, or anything R. Kelly, basically. Anything and everything R.
I don't
Kelly.
think R. Kelly has ever made a song that wasn't about sex, because honestly, even I Believe I Can Fly could be about orgasm.
It could. Naughty by Nature, OPP, for sure.
Is that like a player?
Other people's pussy.
Yeah, you'd be a player for sure.
Yeah. TLC, Creep.
Yeah.
And pretty much every other
Nobody
song
has to know. Oh,
Yeah.
they know. First of all, T-Boz, you live in the same apartment complex. They're gonna find out.
Basically every Usher song ever. And
That's how the fuck he got.
absolutely that's how he got herpes. Got burnt up.
What's the nickname for herpes? It's not the clap.
No, does it have a nickname?
The snap. I don't know.
Yeah, you snapped when you said the clap.
Herps? I don't know.
Fucking blisters,
Dougal. Okay.
But I mean, I think it set unrealistic standards too, because on the flip side,
everyone
of that,
was loving so hard.
I know everybody they were into it.
No
All
one
the
has
Boys to
ever
Men
been in
songs,
love
for
like they
4
were in-
grown men to get together and put on the same outfit and sing in
And
harmony
usually
about
it was
loving
made
the
of,
fuck out
at
of
least
someone.
one part of the outfit was made of satin.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're smooth as first, because you know that they put cocoa butter on, then the satin.
Fucking LL Cool J over there.
Doing it? Okay, first
Holy
of all,
shit.
that was nasty as hell. And now he's like family friendly. He's
I
on
know.
like Game Show
He's
Network.
on the WB having a family
I know,
show.
he's
and
like
shit.
the next
We're-
Steve Harvey.
I remember just a few minutes ago you were naked on top of that woman.
If he doesn't, all he has to do is get those huge veneers, and
I know.
he's gonna ease into Steve Harvey's slot.
all he had to do, because LL Cool J was hot. I mean,
Oh yeah, with
He
that
was fucking
Kangol
hot.
hat.
but all he did was just wet his lips over and over again, repeatedly.
Yeah, and he had
repeatedly.
those, and he would
roll
close ups
and do his hands together like this, like he was rolling up Play-Doh snakes. If a black man comes at you wetting his lips,
Do they still do
rolling
that?
up Play-Doh snakes,
Is that still their game? Because I
He's
feel like I would
fucking
fall
DTF,
for it.
dude.
I feel like they don't even do that anymore. They're
I
just
feel like
"Hey,
that's
girl."
I feel like that's a cheap trick when they come out.
Yeah,
because
because it's like a hypnotize.
I don't like it.
Trouser
Oh my
snake in your mouth. Come back to my house. That's
Oh,
their
good
call.
job.
That's their call.
Well done. I'm proud of that song you just made.
Thanks.
But then there were like the lovey-dovey songs, like Brandy and Monica, like not necessarily The Boy Is Mine, but that song was the shit. But
I mean, I'll even throw Britney Spears in the ring for that.
yeah,
She made me think that I was gonna find the man of my dreams in high school.
like I thought that's how you motherfuckers were supposed to be acted. And
Yeah, you
you're
were gonna
not.
have the cutest boy. This is how everyone made high school seem. You were gonna have the cool, cute boyfriend who was madly in love with you. You guys might have some ups and downs, but you're always there for each other and happily fucking ever after.
No.
No. Not at all. You were maybe giving handjobs in the back of a car.
Oh,
Maybe.
maybe.
I don't know. Like what?
I mean, I was in Kentucky. People were fucking in a haystack and shit.
Oh, people were fucking here too.
Oh.
People were, yeah.
I don't know. I think that's why everyone's fucking single now, because they have all these high expectations of men think women want. I don't know what they think women want.
Yeah,
they're just out. They're just out fucking.
What are they thinking?
They're just out cheating, and they don't want. They want situationships
Okay,
and not
everyone-
relationships.
That's the thing. Does everyone cheat more now, or does no one even try to hide it anymore? Because I feel like
I think everybody wants to cheat. I think the boys and the girls both want to cheat evenly, so they're just upfront about it now. They're like, look,
Because
you ain't the
side-
only one, motherfucker.
side chick and shit is like a subculture now that's like a real thing.
I know.
Like, that used to be shameful if you were the other
That's the
woman.
kind of shit people burn down houses over.
Yeah.
Let's die.
But it used to be a shameful thing to be the lady on the side.
yeah.
the kept woman or whatever the hell you call them. And
The one that ain't good enough to live in the house.
yeah, and now the side bitches are like, I'm having your motherfuckers, baby. You can't stop me. And they're on World Star Hip Hop. And I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
I think it would be different if they had money.
These
You know
people,
what I mean?
No,
Then I
because
could get it, but it's just any old motherfucker.
that's what I was going to say. These people have no standard. They're like, any old dude is worth fighting over these days.
I'm
guess.
not fighting nobody for anything. Motherfuckers.
Listen.
Well, no, that's not true. But not
Not a man.
Dude. Not a dude.
And I feel like a man shouldn't be fighting for a woman either. If somebody really wants to be with you, they will not put you in a position where you feel like you have to fight people over that. You know what I mean? Like, either they're ugly and that's why they're with you, or they love you and respect you and they would be like, nah.
Dude, Nick used to just fight everybody all the goddamn time. My ex-husband.
Don't tell me. Let's not fucking have a pissing match over whose ex-husband had more fights.
More brawls.
Because let me tell you what the fuck.
Mine started doing it professionally just because he liked to beat people up.
The only reason mine stopped was because one time I looked him straight in his face. I said, if you ever call me from jail, I'm not answering the phone and I won't let your mother either. And he never got arrested the whole time we were together. And right after we broke up, he got arrested for the first time in 6 years.
Wow.
Because I wasn't playing. I was like, don't wake me up for that bullshit. But I say that. Listen, I say that. But if we were in jail together, I wouldn't be mad at him. Because I almost went to jail that night that I slapped somebody upside the head with the pitcher of beer.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That could have been assault.
With a deadly weapon.
People press too many charges these days, too. Because now you couldn't whoop someone with a pitcher. That's
Someone
like,
would just lay out and be like, I'm suing.
yeah, that's
I'm
like
suing
against
you.
the culture.
I know. What happened to good old brawls?
I'm fucking out here doing it for the culture, whooping people with
a picture.
and you know, it's the keg pitchers that have the ice pack in the center.
Oh, shit. I used to steal those.
We did too, because we had a kegerator at home and we didn't want to buy the pitchers. So every time we would go out, we'd just take a couple. Oh.
We used to have a house full of Pizza Hut glasses.
Pizza Hut glasses.
Remember the red plastic ones when Pizza Hut had like an inside buffet in Kentucky?
They have one of those here.
What?
I drove past it and they had a sign out that said lunch buffet. I was like, oh my God.
Those are still real.
Look at my eyes.
I told you, you didn't want to listen. Mine are bad too. I'm just keeping them Chinese. Keeping them squinty.
Oh, okay. So I know you probably don't know anything about this because you don't care, and I really don't care either. I really don't care either because I feel like she's like weird and washed up now. But so you know how everyone is so crazy about cultural appropriation now.
Yeah.
Well, and everyone is so quick to get mad when anyone does anything that a black person has ever done. Well, don't say I'm wrong. So Nicki Minaj put out this new song called Chun-Li, and all she's talking about is like getting chopsticks and shit. Like, and in the video, she like does the little space buns and has on like an not Italian, a fucking like some kind of mock Asian garb. So people are like, well, wait a minute, Nick. Like, I don't think you've got any Chinamen in you. I don't think the social justice warrior says Chinaman, but
no,
you know what I mean.
I know.
This is a revised story,
yes,
or a brief overview.
Cliff's notes.
Yeah. So, but what do you think? What do you think about that?
Honestly, it doesn't offend me, and I don't get mad. But I do kind of think it's funny that everyone's getting pissed off about it. But I think more people aren't getting pissed off about it because she's not white. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But people, I don't know. People just get pissed over everything now. You can't talk about shit without making somebody mad.
That's the...
I mean, her hair, she looks cute.
And I guess she did a thing on Saturday Night Live for the video.
I feel like the only reason she chose to be Chun-Li is Chun-Li's the girl with the thick legs. And
well, that song doesn't make any fucking sense, though, because she says something, and then she says, Laura Bencroft.
Laura Bencroft.
What? Like
Like
Laura's Bencroft her whole life. Okay, what?
That doesn't make any sense. Lara Croft's not Asian.
No, but she was
Tomb
just,
Raider?
yeah,
Like-
no, she's not Asian, but she was just saying like
Is she just
she was just saying any video
Wait.
game reference that she knew.
There was some other weird shit that I saw. She had posted something like dressed as that little Chun-Li character, but she had some dudes that were dressed in Mortal Kombat, like outfits or something, and people were like, "What the fuck? That's not even the same game, bitch."
Master Raiden?
Yeah, that.
Excuse me.
Yeah, that's what it was.
He will fucking drag Chun-Li to the 7 depths of hell.
I don't know, unless it's Christopher Lambert in the movie, the one that does the backflips repeatedly.
Listen, you know what?
That is
You know
not
what
an
I judge
acceptable
people on, honestly?
Raiden.
If
can't
they
say
like the
words.
Mortal Kombat
Talking
movie.
is hard. I like it.
I fucking like it.
I like that
a
movie.
lot. And I think it says a lot. I mean, there's good lessons to be learned in it. The graphics for the day aren't even that bad.
Dude,
I mean,
I don't know.
For the day. Because it's on like Netflix or something, and sometimes I'll just watch it on the weekends, and I fucking... Goro?
Wait a minute. How come they, if I remember correctly, Goro... He had the arms,
Anything
but no.
that you could possibly say is going to be funny to me about this, but...
So, in that movie, didn't he, like, have some kind of really intelligent, or supposed to be intelligent conversation with Kano, and then, like, sitting at a table and he's eating a turkey leg
he's
real
like,
crazy. Nom, nom, nom. But he's, like, talking, like, really well-spoken. And then in the rest of the movie, he's just like, "Rah!" Like, the whole fight, that's all he does is, "Rah!" And
Yeah.
hold his arms up and yell. And
Yeah.
he gets kicked in the nuts and thrown off a cliff.
I like the fucking theme
I
song
remember.
to that movie a lot.
Fuck yeah, that was the shit.
And the closing credits.
More
Cage.
Yeah. Do you remember going to like the arcade and playing that game and just like listening to
You know what? Sometimes I still find myself saying, "Get over here." And if you don't know what that is, like, step.
I used to be Melina and do that drop kick through the ceiling all the time when we played, and you'd get
I
so
could
mad you'd be like,
never-
I
I could never do the
hate you.
specialized moves. I was a young child.
The fatalities.
I was always the youngest
baby-talities.
one with the controller, and sometimes they wouldn't plug it in, but I knew that they weren't.
I let you play.
If it was only me and you, if there was an older cousin, I wasn't allowed.
Yeah, if David was over,
Yeah.
then you couldn't play. You got the broke controller.
Fucking short into
You're
the
like, you're the
stick.
bad guys.
But then, guess what? My mom was first one to buy me a Nintendo 64, and all you motherfuckers want to come to my house.
I ended up getting one too. I had the Pikachu edition. I still have it.
Pokemon
And
Snap
it's
was a
cheap
good game
slide
too. If we, is
How come
that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay.
How come they haven't made that into
I don't know. I love that shit.
either a mobile app or a new
I don't
version
know. I was
for
taking the best pictures.
DS or
I
something?
knew where they all were.
I loved that game.
Well, we've been on here for about an hour, so I guess we should probably.
All right, so let's wrap up this episode, and then we'll go ahead and do our Patreon episode.
Yeah.
Damn, we were talking like some motherfuckers. What is this? What was this again?
Super sour lemon.
Dang. It's a sativa, right?
Yeah. It's a go.
I know. We were like, we got this outline. Let's go. Let's talk about it. We were like on coke
That's
or
how I
something.
could know all the different levels of the outline. I was seeing the different lanes. You know when people are really crazy drivers and they say they can see the lanes opening up?
Yes.
That's what happened in my mind. That was a really high thing to say. Okay,
It was.
bye guys.
All right. Bye.
See you later.